Of our lake, and for many, it's one of the best parts of living up here in Northeast Ohio.
But no one loves the toxic algae blooms that continue to show up and grow in Lake Erie. The blooms have been concerning us for years now, but today our governor is addressing them, signing an executive order to combat the problem. News 5's Tara Molina spent the day in Erie County with experts who explain the problem and the impact the order could have.
There is so much to love about this lake, but problem algae? Not so much. Governor Kasich's plan aims to reduce the runoff that is feeding that algae by changing the regulations for thousands of farmers across Ohio. I took this to the experts to find out what that means and what we can do to help. There's nothing like a summer day by Lake Erie. But it's definitely more enjoyable when there's nothing green and toxic floating in the water. Algal blooms continue to show up across our Great Lake, presenting problems for years. Warnings just last week.
Something has to be done.
Sarah Orlando with Ohio State's Ohio Sea Grant and Stone Laboratory.
Because they are a type of bacteria, they produce toxins, and that's where the harmful comes from.
For land and lake creatures of all varieties.
So if you see what looks like pea green soup or something in the water that could be an algal bloom, still enjoy a wonderful day on the beach, on your boat. Just don't get in the water.
Levels aren't high enough in the greater Cleveland area to cause concern for illness. I checked. None reported, but concerns still exist.
The challenge that we have is trying to really address and keeping the phosphorus on the land where it is used to grow wonderful crops in agriculture and help our land, our grass, and keeping it out of the water.
Governor Kasich's executive order, announced just this afternoon, aims to do something about that.
I think the lake is improving.
It will create new regulations for Ohio farmers, about 7,000 of them, and all state agriculture to reduce the fertilizer and manure, or phosphorus, runoff that has and is feeding the algal blooms. State officials have said the voluntary practices in place aren't making enough of an impact. Orlando can only speak to the science, but explained any method minimizing that runoff would mean a healthier lake.
So the reality is, if we are able to reduce our phosphorus loading and our input into Lake Erie, the recovery time to be able to recover and see a reduction in these harmful algal blooms will be almost immediate.
Now, I'm still waiting to hear back from state farm associations who have pushed back against regulations like these that will impact them. As soon as I hear back from them, we'll put that response up on our News 5 app and our website. You can also find more information on Kasich's executive order there. Reporting in Erie County tonight, I'm Tara Molina, News 5.